Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I Espy with my Shamanic eye, Gabrielle here. Uh, it's 10:10. But if we drop them zeros, right, we got 1 1, and then we have the year 9. So we have 11 9 or 9 1 1. So, but I'm not really feeling alarmist energy. Just initially looking at the numbers, right? It's like close cycles have closed, absolutely. Completions. It's a portal day, of course, but it feels like you can make a lot happen. Ooh, ooh, somebody's been working overtime, folks. But I feel like that's done. You know, that's 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Somebody has exhausted themselves. Okay. Couldn't rock you. Ooh, yeah. That's funny. Somebody will go lay on somebody's couch. Like, for real. They're going to go talk to somebody. Because their obsession with you has gotten out of hand. Good job. All right. Knights of Pentacles. Star. I feel like the journey of healing, it has been long, but it's worth it. It's been a lot of hard work, but you've been productive. I like this. Very fortuitous energy, good omen. You're about to walk right into your wish fulfillment. I'm also getting that. Temperance angel, yes. Thank you, angelic support. Harmony and balance. Right. You reach the level where there's like no going back on this journey. But I also feel like your angels have protected you from some pitfalls along the way, so they should be acknowledged. Right. I feel like you stop living in the past. You stop living in regret. You dealt with your losses. Like, it's amazing. Let me finish with these, pulling them real quick. Ooh, the moon. Strength. Wow. This was hidden helpers. Look. High Priestess is on the bottom. And then I cut the deck to the Hierophant. Look at that. 3 of Pentacles. Wow. Beautiful energy. I really do feel this energy of like you kept your end of the bargain between you and your spirit, you know, spiritual team. You've done a great job. I also feel like there have been people who've been trying to upset you, disturb your peace, your chi, you know, these folks here who have this weird emotional attachment. Like, I almost feel like a illusion energy. 5 of Cups to the 2, that's 7, right? It's like they don't have clear understanding. There's no swords out here. I do feel like some people could just be a little slow. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Oh, and here's illusion right here with the moon. They're just people who resent you because you moved on and they don't really feel like you care. And they really have opposed you to no avail. I mean that, to no avail. Yeah, look. Grudge holder. Unbothered. See? It's so... Yeah, look. Uninterested. And they... Look. They're confused. I told you their obsession. Look, tripping on you. Trying to get some sort of reaction. Fishing for comments. Look. Because they curious and they don't understand. Sometimes people just hit a fork in the road and just go your separate ways. And it is what it is. Some people are just upset that they, they thought they were going to successfully be a player in your life in some capacity, and it was a waste of time because it never went anywhere, and it's just head in the clouds. Like somebody really is a little kookaloo. Okay, look, head in the clouds. Impersonator. Some of these are friends who you walked away from, you moved away from. These folks were energy drains. Definitely giving copycat energy. Yeah, look, even online, blocked. So you gave them very limited access on how to hook into your energy, giving them updates. This is family, this is everybody. There's a lot of, I just saw bad karma. So look, spiritual haters, look at that. See? Like you Eight of Cups a lot of things. And it's no regrets. But you didn't do it out of malice. You did it to, balance your own life. It's funny because these folks, with the spiritual hater card, they never thought you were as strong as you are. By the way, I don't know. Mix them up. Lord have mercy. Yeah, and somebody was trying to jack your whole style, talking about you were copying them, but the whole time it's the other way around. The truest thing this person could ever say to you is that you're with some sort of role model in their life, but they resent you for it. They do. It don't matter. Why are these people coming up like this? Why is the collective need to know? Because look, they took something from you, or let's see, ignoring. Interesting. Someone thinks they took someone from you. And they think you just trying to ignore. I don't think you. Maybe you shouldn't ignore this. Look, fake smiles, locked up, in and out of jail. Oh wow. Also, I want you to know if someone did take something from you, they didn't get away with it. Huh? Who's the third party? Look, dust it off and spiritual hater. Interesting. So what I'm getting, right, for those of you who are in the spiritual community, no matter how you're in the spiritual community, there is someone who is impersonating you, right, with fake smiles. Like somehow, some way, they've stolen your content. Because spiritual hater, high priestess is sitting here. It is what it is. Look, creativity muncher. Because the person they're currently with, your ex or something or another, is obsessed with you, right? They didn't get away with anything. How? So it makes me feel like someone's getting in trouble for this. It might have taken a long time. Like this could have just happened. You could have met this person somewhere at the beginning of your ascension as you began to pursue the spiritual path. This is someone you decline their affections um, for whatever reason. Like maybe you couldn't just put your finger on it, but it was the right thing to do. Uh, Maybe this person reminds you of your shadow and what it is that you were walking away from. Yeah, like I feel like this person tried to like bombard you with some sort of victimhood, and you walking away hurt their little fragile ego because this shit normally works on other people, and they're normally able to like become who they need to, so to speak. Like I feel like anyway, with love on the brain and giving money, like this person likes to take energy from people. It's weird. It's so weird. Yeah, you moved on. This person's been trying to start drama in your life because you didn't buy their little victimhood, their little scarcity tactics. So they teamed up with somebody. Now this person really could be like have their own spiritual attributes, whatever, whatever. But I don't feel like they legit. I really don't. I feel like they're copying your shit. But it's okay. Because they're not getting away with anything. I also feel like someone could have tried to set you up for a crime that you had nothing to do with. And like you ignored anything that would have made you complicit. And I feel like there's like evidence, like this person made up some shit with the dusted off and the makeup energy. Right. They asked going to jail. They're going to jail. Look. In their heads. Somebody got a drug problem. Or they tried to say you did. There's evidence of their cyberbullying, this weird partnership. Yeah. All right. You could have been a targeted high priestess. Look. Fake friends. And again, I'm still getting the energy of someone thinks they took your man. Look. With sexual protection. Look, you wasn't trying to. It's funny about this. There's your fake friend. Look, somebody got, I feel like a baby trait with a marriage certificate and now divorce. Look, copycat. This person wanted your whole life. So they hooked up behind your back and they thought they was keeping it a secret, but somebody is pregnant. You knew this already. You definitely, yeah, now they trapped in a family with somebody and that's their worst fucking nightmare. That's what you get. Look, two insecure, toxic people. Look, they got what they wanted. Now look, they in their feels because they stuck. And it never, never ends. Somebody like wishing they would have just used protection with the sexual protection showing up like that. Why couldn't I just put a fucking rubber on? Now this bitch pregnant. I wasn't even trying to be with this person. Now I was going to break up with him. Now this person feel like their whole life is shattered and destroyed. All because you wanted to sleep with somebody fake ass friend. Oh, okay. You got what you wanted. Look, it's going around the community with the nail salon event talking about your issues and caught up. Look, falling apart. Look, parents. Oh, look, somebody mama could be putting them in their place. Like, listen, son, you did this shit. Da 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 da. Now you know I normally stick up for you with defending yourself and standing your ground. But look, you. But now you gotta ride it out. You betrayed that girl. You bought this shit into your life, and now this bitch ain't nothing but money hungry. This is a love story you wanted. Here you go. You should have thought about it before you jumped into bed with this promiscuous ass chick. Now look, bugaboo, keeping her promise. Now you're gonna have to marry this girl because you got her knocked up. I've been telling you to strap up, son. Wow. Look, down, look, somebody expensive. That's an expensive one. Ooh, good job, mama. Whoever you are, you set this motherfucker straight. It's gonna leave a mark. All right. That's what's brewing. That's so funny. Wow. Look. Somebody want them to get rid of this. I'm just telling you now. I'm telling you now. I wouldn't do what you thinking about doing. Because look, there's the caution. Because you're gonna end up in, that's how you're gonna end up in jail. Young man. Even if you older than me, so what, young man? You're gonna end up in jail because you thinking stupid. Look, bad choice. Anger management, kick to the curb, trash, running away. Like, there's so many other options besides this. You played yourself. You better think about a different choice. You better go talk to somebody you could trust. Let them set you on the right path. Wow. Yo, this is funny. This is really, 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 really funny. There's a man out here who was told by a physician that they had a low sperm count and them getting somebody pregnant would be damn nearly impossible. Didn't say impossible, but damn nearly. And apparently that one got through. Oh yeah, that chemistry was off the chart. You just had to have it. Ain't nothing to figure out. I promise you, ain't nothing to figure out. Family man, you could already be somebody's person. With the betrayal keep popping up, I know you already had a girlfriend. You had somebody in your life. Had to have it. Look. Yeah, you was married. You was married. And I feel like your wife told you, be careful about that chick. Because she a hater. And will do anything they can to put themselves in the middle of somebody's relationship. So if you really care about what we got, you're going to have to fight for what you love, because this bitch has got some sort of succubus energy. And ma'am, let me tell you something. That's your fault. That's your fault. Because if you knew your friend was promiscuous and this, that, and the third, and she done tried everybody in your friend group, and you still stood there and allowed. I know you said I'm straight, that this bitch was a hater and that she was going to come. And look, you was going to get played and all that shit. And look, here we are. So maybe you really wasn't happy in a relationship. Divorce. You was looking for a reason to get divorced. Now look. You funny. All right, to each his own. Mind my business. All right, well, you know, you are going to play ego killer to somebody. I feel like this might have been your little quiet exit strategy anyway. But you ain't have the courage to just walk away on your own. So you knew you used this fake ass friend who was going to do it. Look. Oh, listen, if I was in divorce court with you, I might challenge and contest the divorce out of spite. I'm just being honest. I'm being human. Because how dare you? How dare you? You let Don Juan. Look. You knew. He's toxic. I see that. He's definitely toxic. Oh, you was trying to avoid a cataclysm because the tower card was turned upside down. It shouldn't have been. All right, so yeah, you wanted to peacefully move this along. All right, so I ain't, look, as I say that, you wanted to peacefully get up out of this joint. That's funny. And you ain't, Wow. So you knew his type. Wow. All right, I just saw the Justice card, so maybe this was the right thing to do in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I don't know. Something crazy. Wow. Because he could argue that you brought this energy into the marriage. I'm just telling you. Look, handed this single young thing up, brought her right into the marriage. Look, everything was fine. Maybe it wasn't. Something this man, maybe he, I don't know. There's obsessive shadow energy here. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, he violent. He stopped you before. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to dig in your business like that. But I was trying to understand because I'm like, he is toxic. He's hurt. Oh, he stopped you from leaving before. He's actually put hands on you. All right, all right. You need a restraining order. In my humble opinion, I'm not giving you legal advice. Just saying. The baby was just, but that's that control shit. But now your friend got up. Well, you said fake friend, so I guess not really. So you free and he the parent trap. That's funny. I would warn her. I really would warn her. Don't, man, fake friend or not, man. You know what his temper like. He ain't gonna take that too kindly. Anyway, moving on. What else you got for the collective? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Wow. I was getting the band of misfits ain't celebrating right now. Look. Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles. I feel like it ain't no use for somebody fighting what they know. You 3 months pregnant. It is what it is. You scared. You You think this person gonna leave you high and dry? Listen. If you thinking like that, you shouldn't be having sex with this person. If y'all not secure, maybe it's only been 3 months, and here you are sitting in Empress energy. Now you scary world, worried, not knowing what to do, feeling lost. World. You thinking about termination? That ain't my business. I'm just reading cards. Yeah, but you look, double confirmation. You should tell this person before you make any crazy decisions. You might find a happy surprise that this man is quite traditional and it's going to work itself out. Oh, oh, man, how was this child conceived? Dark practitioners, 9 of Cups. Was y'all doing work? Was y'all doing sex magic? Oh, y'all was trying to manifest and trying to conjure up fame. And, wow. It's, oh. Whoever this person is highly recognizable. I just seen it. You think they're going to run because they of their status. I don't think he's married, though. I'm not getting that because I'm seeing proposal, a bit, like all of this. But that's why you sick. It ain't nothing else. Look, light worker. I think you should be more optimistic than pessimistic right now. You're looking at this as, oh shit, the party's over, da 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 da. My ambitions is over, my career. You're looking at it so wrong. You really are. Mm-hmm. Please talk to this person. Don't run. Don't do nothing crazy. Look, betrayal, Queen of Swords. Look at the Emperor. Empress is right here. 4 of Wands. And then look, there's the Page of Cups. Ace of Swords. Nobody meant. Listen, I get it. You thought y'all was gonna have more time, da da da. But listen, only God decides when life is created. By the way, there's no crying over spilled milk. This man actually loves you very much, and you mulling things over. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Searching, looking for a decision. Da 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 da. This is God, like for real. So I was like, how was the kid conceived? But no, man, relax. Go talk to him. You're gonna be surprised. This man already see a future with you. His intentions was already. Listen, you about to find out he did it on purpose. He was trying to cut to the chase. He's trying to lock it down. Yeah, look. 8 of Wands. Somebody told you about their super sperm. I'm not even joking. They told you. They told you it's gonna be fine. It's gonna work out better than you ever could. Oh, child, quit worrying. Quit worrying. Stop talking to your jealous fucking friends, by the way. They not your friends. Don't listen to them. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, look. You done found. Look, I said don't listen to them hoes, right? I try to stop myself from saying. But look, there's the lovers. There's the Queen of Wands. That's your friends. Fuck them. Nah, this your person. Leave that childish shit behind. Don't be talking to these jealous ass bitches. No. They cold and calculating. It's gonna work out just fine. And you still gonna be the career parent person you want to. You gonna have this man. Y'all gonna get married. Man, please. You think it's over, but you're on the right trajectory. You're winning. This is part of your life purpose. Wow. That's dope. Congratulations. Right. And remember, you had a dream when you was a young buck little thing and they showed you all this and you put it out your mind. But I'm about to jog your memory. Right. That's enough right there of a jog. You had this happily ever after dream when you were a young buck about your future. Look. You saw. They gave you a whole thing. Now you got people trying to get in your head and cause division and shit. Don't do that. Don't be block out the little jealous belly, the jelly bellies. Block out the jelly bellies. You're not about to repeat no pattern, no cycle, or nothing. You done met your man. Look, you haven't even given him a chance to act, to step up. You over there, I told you he did this shit on purpose. Look, Page of Cups, Emperor. Look, he knew he was gonna be your husband. Your mind is sharp, your heart is great. Look, surprise. You wasn't gonna submit to it willingly, so he released. I'm not kidding. Knight of Wands, 8 of Wands, Justice. He wanted to make this as smooth as a transition, and nothing as smooth as a baby. This was intentional. So you got trapped, but you got trapped with a good one. Look, you gonna be fine, sweetheart. I'm done. Okay, thank you for that. You gonna be fine, okay? Put your nerves at ease. You gonna be fine. Yes, but you are expecting. Yes, congratulations. Aww. Oh boy. Beautiful, beautiful, bright boy. I'm sorry. Tower, let's see where this goes. Yowza. Alright, let me just... Somebody's been doing so much like work to stagnate your profession, your health, and different things. They've been doing these little attacks, these little rituals for the past 6 months at a minimum. High priestess, right? Trying to keep you in some weird cycle where you're always having to start over, rebuild, start over, like turn your back on this, turn your back on that. You know what I mean? All your power is coming back to you, by the way. When I say this shit work out in your favor, boo boo, it do. Look, 5 pentacles, 8 pentacles, and then 2. That's 10 pentacles, right next to the 10 of cups. Wow. It's just people, look, if you used to like, son, you're going to be so happy. Watch, you're going to be so pleasantly surprised. You don't even see it coming. The universe is about to level them scales for your baby. It's happening right now. Look at the number, Saints. 28822. 28 is the number of wealth. 222. And then 1616 I'm seeing as well. Wow. They thought they was sneaking around in your energy thinking you were unaware. Bitch, we know everything. That's the whole point of the high priestess. I saw that. Just because somebody don't come to you talking about blah, 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 doesn't mean they're not aware. You turn your back to the bullshit. 8 of cups. You focus on the 10 of cups. You're not worried about that. It's cool. You still love in spite of people's nasty. You see through illusions. You not trapped by no bullshit. You clear as a motherfucking bell. Look, you don't even see this wish fulfillment coming in. Look, 8 of cups to the 10. Look, there's the 9. Right? There's the bridge between the 8 and the 10. Right there. Okay. Look, 19. Sun, right? Okay. It's men and women, by the way. This ain't just one hating ass bitch. No. It's a whole group of people. Especially, again, if you were working with like people spiritually and different things and communing and you just had to go on your own way, it's them motherfuckers in particularly. Mm-hmm. It's cool. Look, right. Bad karma. See, the universe ain't into that. That wasn't yours to hold. Whatever that is, that little back and forth energy, that weird karmic low vibrational cycle, that's not for you. That's for them. So they got a whole bunch of karma coming their way. Because whatever they were trying to do in terms of these workings at this crossroads and they wasn't. It wasn't hearing that. It was a no. Fed up with it. Extra trigger. Right. They tired of these motherfuckers' drama and their inability to move on. Yeah, none of this shit has really touched you. Whatever blocks, whatever parameters, illusions, workings, you ignore it. Whatever it's trapping these people. Yeah, there's a thief really going to jail. And they trying not to like deal with it. They don't want to believe it's happening. It's happening. Look, that could be why. Somebody could have threatened and or intimidated somebody. Like that look like stick up energy. Oh yeah. Somebody tried to extort a power couple in whatever capacity. This could have been. Ooh, look. See? They was trying to hex him. Evil eye. Look at that shit. They was doing the most. Back and forth to the crossroads. Back and forth. Back and forth. Again, see how there's no swords? I feel like all of this is going on behind your back. They keep trying to tarnish your image. I'm seeing that too. Your reputation. Also, like retelling incorrect stories. Oh, look. Inside scoop. But here's the thing. Last chance to this karmic circle. Like I said, it's a whole community, people. Keep moving in silence. Like they want to alter your direction. That's why I left the card there. They want you to like whatever direction you head in, they want you to like tank and loop back. And like again, this starting over energy. This was a dirty offer. Whoever y'all did this work with, it was a bad idea. Look, you thought somebody got hustled, by the way. Whomever or whatever practitioner or whatever, you got no bueno. Because I feel like this shit going right. Look, Carmen just was looking at me. It's going right back to you. It don't matter. It's going right back to you. I don't even feel like this person really went to the crossroads they said they was going, and this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like somebody wanted you like homeless, like downtrodden, your health fucked up, money fucked up, business is crumbling, like. And I do feel like the primary person, instigator, is like I'm looking at boss daddy energy, but then I'm looking at love on the brain and giving money. This is somebody who wants you to be codependent on them. Like they'll take care of you, but at first they gotta get you in a position where you need them because you don't need them. And it's the same type person who would talk shit about somebody who's coming towards them, like trying to marry them for money and da 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 da. But the person who not on that type time, who just not interested in a fucking egoic self, that walks away. Oh, but they the problem. No, you're delusional. See, you're delusional. I know an ego when I feel one. Look, look. That's why I said that's the main one. Same shit, different day. That's the main one. You got you. Look, trying to wear you fucking down with chasing energy. Look at them fucking roses. This person could have given you roses or something like that. Look, crazy. And then there's another one who want to be like you. She want to look like you. She want to walk like you. She want to smell like you. She want to taste like you. She want all to be you. She want all to come to her. She want all your gifts, your talents, your ability to shut the fuck up and everything, because she can't do that. Look. They want you to have nothing, but you have every right by who you are, how you carry yourself, you conduct yourself. I ain't gonna say you worked hard, but I feel like the reputation, the image that you have is real. People do love you and respect you and admire you. Some people might even idolize and fangirl or boy about you, depending on what you do in this world. So what? They want that, but they don't want to do the inner work. They don't, man. So these motherfuckers watch you from fake accounts and create fake accounts trying to paint you in a different narrative. Trying to say you ain't nothing but a hustler yourself and you scamming people, fake flexing. When you got these two motherfuckers in the background that's crazy and deranged. Look, look. The more they pry, the less they get. I don't know who the fuck you are, but whatever delusion, illusion they have created you to be. waiting. Look, this person expected you to just stick around. Look, it's a matter of time. Somebody ass is going to jail. It don't matter. Look, bad karma. The best thing you could have did was move away from this person and let the feds get this motherfucker. Both of them. Because you're not the first person. This person, somebody don't deal with rejection well. They really don't. They really, really don't. And it's somebody who'll study you, you know, This is a narcissistic, like, weirdo. They'll do the love bombing. They'll disappear. They'll go hot and cold, you know, trying to make themselves appear more mysterious. And like I said, you saw a red flag and you saw only losses if you stayed the course, bankrupt. Because you know what it's like to be with somebody who talk a good game, but ain't really about shit. Romantic love affair and stalker. Right. I feel like you spotted the mommy and daddy issues on somebody like fast. Look, yeah, they were studying you, but you just took a look. Right. Cyber bully. That's who this boss daddy energy is, a cyber fucking bully. Could work in like some cyber department. Look. Universe said, baby, you dodged a bullet. Let your shine keep irritating they demons. I told you, somebody don't deal with rejection well. Look, you're going to get some sort of proof about this motherfucker right here. Told you, they going to jail. Jail. We already know they're going to hell, but you definitely going to jail. Somebody tried to loop you into a fucking crime you had nothing to do with. This person might look similar to you, but they are not the fucking same. All because you ain't want they nasty, infested ass. Ew. You got bigger and better fish to fry. So this person decided they was gonna fucking terrorize you. You don't give a shit. You know crazy when you see crazy. Grudge holder. Look at that. Tripping on you, head in the clouds. Look, bad habits, drugs, addictions. Look at this shit. Bad reputation. This is where the smear campaign came from. Look, all because you moved away. This person could have actually moved closer to you, and you're going to get some evidence about that as well. They stalking you. I'm sorry. I got real heated. Because somebody really need to be talked to like they're a little fucking boy. Family issues. Yes. You need to be sunned, schooled, nephewed, and every fucking thing else. Little girl, child. Yes, you need to be put back in a real place. Somebody missed a key ass whooping. Somebody didn't course correct you long time ago. They damn sure didn't put you in therapy when you needed to be in therapy. You didn't just start out like this. You became this. There were signs. I'm certain of it. But instead of dealing with issues, just get pawned off. Look, it was like, shh. Shh. Ugh. Fucking weirdo. Like, for real. For real. A spade is a spade, y'all. A spade is a spade. Look, they ain't shit. I roll. They ain't shit. Queen, you just keep pushing forward. Try to start all this drama in your life, all because they was feeling you and you wasn't feeling them, and so now it's a problem. Or they want to be a problem. Ain't no problem. You focused on the bag. You don't give a shit. You still cool. You still holding it down. Look, you still cool. You still hold it down. You still winning. You're still successful. And this couple that's been doing this weird, look, I call the community, not even a couple. This dark shit, you were shielded from it. It ricocheted, went back to them. These people on borrowed time, they leaving planet Earth. Yeah. They leaving planet Earth, especially this boss daddy. Oh yeah, because this is the one that really like to play in magic. I'm not even joking. Yep, Cherry's coming to collect that ass. Yep. Tell my aunt I said hi. Tell Sobek I said hi. Because I know where your ass is on. Thank you got fucking authorization. You don't. You don't. I know what you've been using, how you've been using it, who you and what you've been trying to call on. But see, here's the thing. They see you clear in spirit. He said, thank you for the fodder, for the fire, for both of you. Because you will never, the scales will never be balanced for people like you. Right? You didn't have authorization. It was forbidden, and you know it. I feel like you spoke what you should not have spoke. You called on what you should not have called on. You opened the gate and you couldn't close it. You didn't have the authority. These are very dark words. Words that are not spoken very easily and very often. Forbidden words. Now that might be above a few people pay grade, but that's okay. It's supposed to be. If you understand, you already know. All right. You didn't have authorization. You really didn't. You really, really didn't. You had juvenile research and knowledge. You were told to stop. You didn't care. Everybody connected to you is going with you. They're about to burn the field. All right, let's move forward. You have got like point of no return. Let me put those back. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Let's clear away. Necessary. And we gotta get outside and touch some grass today, folks. I just saw it in the cars. I agree. Oh, let's close out this cycle correctly and ground and recharge our energy. Look, it's good for you. Experience this newfound energy, this new shift, this portal. Let's go enjoy the portal together. Together. I don't know. That feels like old school, like love making music. Shit you used to hear at the cookouts and the barbecues and shit. Now I'm hearing, I love music. Don't mind me. I love music. Okay. Now the cups. I love that. Oh, and then I cut the deck to the full. Do something for you. Look. Also manifest wealth. Like, don't let that be your only priority, but really. Getting grounded is super important. Look. Wow. Fear not. Life is joyous, abundant, bountiful. Look. Six of Pentacles. I also feel like, listen, you need to treat yourself a little bit. I ain't saying go crazy. But energy is an exchange, right? Money is an exchange. And so you need to like exchange a little bit to draw in a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting miser, but I definitely am getting kind of like penny pinching energy. For some, you need to maybe invest in something different. I don't know if you're starting a new venture and maybe everything's being funneled into that venture. But don't be afraid. Be courageous. You got to know that what you put out, you will get back. Look. Didn't I tell you we're in abundant ass time? Look. Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups. That's this energy coming in. That's why I said it's so important to go outside and touch grass. Because the energies are shifting. You're moving into a much more stable foundation. The struggle is over. Like, it was just a period, a cycle. You know what I mean? Again, it's been a little rough. I get it. But listen. Take action against these we're just gonna say low vibrational things. Because restriction is shadow energy too. So don't do that to yourself, okay? Look, victory is ensured. Your assets are secure. Life is good. Look, Ace of Swords. This is the cycle you're moving into. Sometimes you got to go through things to appreciate things, and that way you're not as greedy. You know what I mean? Like, to be sated, right? Some people consume, and they really don't appreciate what it is they have. And so some things are just a preparation. This grounded, practical energy, having value in what it is that you've already amassed and accumulated, pouring into yourself from what it is that is around you. Just another way of appreciating Knight of Cups energy, right? So periods that seem slow, that seem so, right. But adversity really does strengthen the soul. It's like some of you are going to have so much wealth, right? However you come across it, so much wealth that you literally had to spend time walking in shoes that were uncomfortable. You had to experience hardship. Because if not, I really feel like you would have just blown through it, risked it all, and you wouldn't have had nothing to show for it. And then you would have been back in that same position anyway. Okay? You needed it, whether you realize it or not. Because look, there's 10 of Pentacles. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Don't know. Sometimes, never mind. I ain't gonna say that phrase because that's my phrase. No, man. But it's strong. It's strong. Right. Look, I wanted you to do more when it came to balancing out your ego, your shadow. If you grew up, for example, right, in an environment where you ain't had shit, you was always crying over spilled milk, 5 of Cups energy, right? And I ain't got this and I ain't got that. You was always looking at Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones and Baby Jones and Uncle Jones and Auntie Jones. You was never satisfied with what it is that you had. Had they dropped this fortune on you in that energy, baby, you wouldn't have nothing. You wouldn't have nothing. You'd have blew through it and you'd have been like, I wish you'd been singing R. Kelly. So, I remember. Right. So they had to make sure. They had to make sure you went through some changes. A little hardship never hurt nobody. Because look, Empress, this is your destiny. It really is. 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. It is. But you had to fix this shit first. That 5 of Cups energy. You had to do the healing. You had to balance your emotions. You had to experience divine harmony. You had to experience the 10 of Cups before you could experience the 10 of Pentacles. Otherwise, you still been looking at somebody else like, I want that. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. You supposed to be so motherfucking content by the time this shit happened. It's another, what? It changes some things, but how? It's not going to change you the way it would have had you not going through what you went through. You had to heal. And this was necessary. It really was, because you was carrying some shit, man. And it's not your fault. The things that you go through in adolescence, it's not. But the universe was like, by any means, I need you to heal this hurt. And so they you and your soul, see the Hermit right there, y'all took on a very ambitious journey. A very ambitious journey where you had to encounter some weird shit first. You had to get here. You had to go, seek enlightenment. You had to go through rejection. You had to build yourself back up. You know what I mean? You had to make some poor choices so you knew the right choices. You had to get crystal clear about what you would allow and what you would not allow. And that way, Jigaboo and friends couldn't pull up on you and swindle you out your money. You had to go on the pursuit of happiness to find joy, peace, tranquility, on your own. You couldn't just get this money and then get, no, you wouldn't have no money. I promise you. You wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have it. You'd be like one of those on the documentary lottery winners, Misfortune. That's where it would have been. Like I said, you chose the journey, but now look, now you here. You here. Okay, I gotta stop. They told me to stop on that one. Okay. Okay. Say thank you. Say thank you to you, your higher self. Say thank you. Say thank you. Because look at you now. Look at you now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Look at you now. You'll never have to worry. Shut up. Yep. I done warned you about this coming in, all right? All right. That's my job. Done. Yup. Happiness, togetherness. Happiness, togetherness. Stop being worried about your fucking health and go see a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you, worry is only going to exasperate anything that you might be concerned about. It's not going to help you. So the best thing you can do is face your fear, pick up the phone, go to a clinic, walk in, something, urgent care, something. Let me tell you. Thank the Lord. I am as healthy as a horse. Thank the Lord, like truly. And I do my best to take care of my own temple and to make sure the house is clean, the plants is hydrated. And I mean that metaphorically to my own temple. I really do. Ain't nobody perfect. Sometimes, and it ain't perfect. But I do my best. And that's all that we should be doing is our best. But I had made some uncomfortable appointments. But you know what? I'd rather have peace of mind. I have cried my way through appointments. And all I did was go, wow, my ancestors went through XYZ. Wow, they were so brave. This is so much. Da, 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 da. And I've gone through this shit by my dolo. Why? Because I came in that way. So I face a lot of shit that way. I don't really expect sympathy, empathy, somebody to be there to hold my motherfucking hand, because you know what? Over and over again, what's been proven, that's not how it works. You be like, in good times, them bad times, people ain't really about their life. They're not. And that's okay. Cowardice. But that's because they haven't faced their own fear. They haven't done that for themselves. How the fuck can I expect them to show up for me like that? See? Simple. It's all right. All is forgiven. But whoever you are who's worried about that, you need to go check that out ASAP. ASAP. Because better to know than not know. I use the cards as a gavel. I've noticed that. Yeah, I rebuke the devil on all his minions. Fallen angel. I saw it. Wow. So. Really? Yeah. All right. Incoming. Look. Like somebody, look, this energy attack is crazy. Because like somebody's like, it don't matter. Even if you haven't reached that 10 of Pentacles yet, you will. 4 of Pentacles, somebody is like holding on. They doing what they need to do. And somebody is trying to, again, you would think this would be progression, right? To the 5 of Pentacles, right? From 4 to 5, that is an increase. But that's not how the cards are read. That's not how they're written. So if you go from the 4 of Pentacles to the 5 of Pentacles, you're actually doing worse. Somebody doesn't want you here. They're trying to get you out of this energy, but you are fucking holding strong. Holding strong. Right. You mark your own progress, your own stability. That's crazy. Look, I told you this is what somebody's trying to do. They are trying to manipulate energies in your life. They want you afraid. They could tank your energy and put you in this worst case scenario, but you out here walking on fucking sunshine. You know why? Because God does miracles. Moves mountains in your life. You know you protected by spirit. You know you have favor. Wow. Look at that. Look, I told you miracles. There go temperance. You know everything works out in your favor. Always has, always will. So this shit, you've mastered that. Like, damn, like, master that. That's a lot of Gemini mercurial energy. Interesting. So this could be being done by a Gemini. Doesn't have to be, but it's so strong. I have Virgo here too, both mercurial signs with the Magician, which is Mercury. But this is the energy. They're trying to control and navigate and call down and like usurp from you and like and give to themselves. And my God, third house. But here's the thing. I also get like somebody's trying to attack your peace of mind. Like, let's just say for a second, you know, you might be someplace that's temporary, however that appeals to you. The environment may not be the aesthetic or the energy that you may actually be accustomed to. It's not for you to be comfortable, but you're cool. Like somebody doesn't want you to feel as stable as you do. They want you to pick up the energy of the environment around you, allow that to control you. Somebody wants you in this weird anxiety, worst case scenario, pessimism. And that's not how your job in this environment, right, is to alchemize the energy, is to help free the downtrodden and shift and again transmute the energy. And there's someone actively working against you, trying to impact your mental, but boy, they can't shake you. Look, judgment, hierophant, devil. See, these are powers that be. The motherfuckers that feed on the stress, the worry, the anxiety, the drama, the trauma, you know, that they want all of that. They don't want you leading such a firm example. No, for real. You are leading a very firm example. This is what they want. They want the seeds of the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. They want this on their mind. They don't want somebody having fun and enjoying life and showing and lifting the vibe, you know, showing people that, you know, good things come to those who wait and invest and take the time with shit, that you too can have peace of mind. No. They don't like this shit. Your presence takes this dark ass energy to this walking on sunshine. But here's the fucking deal. You work for the divine. This is what you're going to do no matter where you go. So fuck out of here. I told you, this is the energy of you fucking with the church's money. The church is the powers that be in this scenario. They want you gone, baby. They want you gone. They watching. They like, who the fuck gave you the power and authority? Guy. Look, they are coming at you with everything they got. Aren't they ambitious? But they don't realize you're only temporary. You plant seeds and you keep it pushing. This is why you're there. They're going to learn a much more potent hard lesson than you ever will. Ace of Swords. Like I said, this community that you were in, it is temporary. You are there to raise the vibration, to break the strongholds of this dark energy. They ain't got to worry about you, but you not going nowhere till God tell you to go where you got to go. Huh. So they can try to fuck with your free will if they want to. They gonna get God smacked. They've been throwing this shit at you for a minute. Oh, that shit's so funny. But you cannot be rocked. You cannot be rocked because you too focused on what it is that you're doing. It's not even anything that you're doing intentionally. It's just you. You being your authentic, radiant, divine self, running around sprinkling little fairy dust and magic, breaking up the dark energy, the jealousy, the weird energy. You know, sometimes you gotta big up people, you know, give them a little compliment, little whatever. You know, be the example to which you want to see. And that's what you're doing, and they can't stand it. They can feel the energy getting lighter and lighter and just more. They, oh my God. They so mad. They trying to slow you down, but they can't slow you down because it's your mindset, it's your mentality. But they definitely, sending their little demons and devils and shit. They try to block you and stop you, and all you do is rebuke them motherfuckers because you have power and authority over them. So what they gonna do? Be gone. Be gone. All right, let's go. Look. All right, last round. Look, somebody really wants shit to be so hard on you. You first. Look, they want to control you. They want you tired, exhausted. Look. This crazy. Like somebody looking at you like your future, your life. And even though you've already had to go through this sort of perseverance energy, they still wanted to be slow or hard or you're an asshole. Right, look. Delays and look. They don't want you to have peace. But see, your enlightenment comes from the adversity you've gone through. And so it doesn't really bother you, does it? You're content. Look at this. I told you. They need to shift their perspective because you get better, right? So they're helping you grow. Look at that. The 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords. Like you have already gone through it. You have been hurt by the people closest to you with the 3 of Swords, right? And you've had to get over that. You can't be held back. Look, they don't want you to feel so good about yourself. They don't want you to be so content. How dare you look towards your future and what you got coming in and be optimistic about it and da-da-da-da. And I'm trying to stagnate you, cause you delays, trying to get you to, sacrifice yourself for me. And so I ain't got to work so hard so I can sit back and da-da-da. This is an energy vampire, folks. Yeah. Straight up. You bogged down, worried, stressed out and dumb shit like that. Yeah, somebody is in a relationship with an energy vampire. Like straight up. Queen of Swords. You need to cut through the bullshit. Because somebody's selling you wolf tickets. You straight better off by yourself than with this individual. Because look, I'm going to tell you right now, this person got something up their sleeve. And it's a sob story. And they going to need your help. This is a narcissist. I just seen the cards for it. Okay. Wow. Babe, I ain't got the money. Times is hard right now. It's so da da da. Like, I'm waiting on this and that, my investments and da da da. Man, this person only hanging around to get what they can get. I feel like you need to start poking this bear. And you need to remember all the ways in which you need to think. You need to really think before you go forward in any connection with this person. Like, really think. Because I don't really think it's that many good times as you think. It might have been really good in the beginning, but it ain't been that great now. And I don't mean like now. I mean this shit been weird for a minute. This person's planning on leaving you, or you need to come up with some sort of plan. But and for another person, you need to watch this motherfucker around your kids. listen, whoever I'm talking to, y'all met when y'all was both like really going through it. This is a trauma bond, by the way, because only one of you is actually getting better and the other one is stalled where they are. And that's because you're taking care of this person. You were single, independent, had your own place. Now you got this motherfucker up in your house and shit has not been right since. Get them out your house. Yeah, this is definitely a lover situation. Somebody you're dating. Do not marry this person. I'm gonna mind my business. But I see that. I see that. You know you need to end this shit. Look, it's outdated. You need to think long and hard how you got yourself in this predicament, because that's exactly what it is. Look, your life was real good. Still is. But you need to protect yourself from this individual. Like, for real. Because they're an energy vampire. Look, spiritual attack. They're just going to drain you. And once there's nothing left to drain from you, they done got everything they want, and they recharge, they out anyway. Don't you trap yourself with this asshole. Look, trash. Kick to the curb. Running away. Okay. All right, guys. I hope this helped you. Love you, love you, love you. I'm going to leave it right here. We'll do this again real soon. Man, you wanted some enlightenment. There you go, sweetheart. That motherfucker crazy. Bye.